Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Marauders at Midnight. I'm Isabella,
And I'm B.
and today we're talking about Barty Crouch Jr. and Evan Rosier.
You
That's
sound
how you
so
say it.
excited. You sound so excited.
I'm really, 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 really excited.
Liar!
You liar! Okay, no, I actually am because Barty's story is pretty long.
I'm excited to talk about Barty. He's a good villain.
Yeah, he is. Evan doesn't have very much canon really at all, so most of this is going to be Barty, and then afterwards we're going to talk about why we aren't super excited.
Why
But
we
yeah,
aren't super big fans of these two.
so yeah, stay tuned to the end to really hear us go off.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, so
Okay, take it away, Ernie.
how could you? Yeah, take it away. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay, it's
It felt
either
fitting.
it's either Bartemius, Bartimus,
No,
or Bartamius.
I refuse to believe it's Bartemius.
That is
Who
how it's spelled.
who is called Bartemius? No, it's Bartimus.
I think it really just like it doesn't. I don't know because some people have said Bartimus in the movies, and then I don't know. But Google told me it was Bartemius.
Don't trust Google.
So, anyways, Barty Crouch Jr. We'll go with
There we
that.
go.
Was either born 1962 or 1963. He is a pureblood because the Crouches are Sacred 28 family.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, his family has strong connections to the Ministry of Magic, and so his father, Barty Crouch Sr., um, he was like, what? I don't even know what he was, but like he was a
I don't
main
know.
guy in the
He was like
ministry.
important though. What as
Yeah.
I know that from Goblet of Fire.
Um, and so, yeah, his father most likely didn't pay him a lot of attention because of his job, and
Oh
that's where
no.
his
Daddy issues. Oh
his
no.
daddy issues come from. But it said his mother loved him dearly.
Okay, so
So,
you guys cannot pull the parental trauma
yeah.
thing. He had a loving mother. Just a little bit of
Yes.
daddy issues.
He actually achieved 12 OWLs, which is a lot. I think he achieved every
Wow.
single one that you could get, which is
That's
like,
that's actually pretty good. That's crazy.
there's only a few wizards who have done this, and I think one of them is Percy Weasley. And I know there's other
Wow.
ones. I think more of the Weasley, like older Weasleys, Bill or Charlie, one of them did around the same amount.
Well, that's really
Um,
cool.
so yeah,
The owls.
there's a theory that he used a time turner because like
Oh,
Hermione,
like
when she was trying to
Hermione.
take all the classes, she really couldn't take them all, so she used a time turner. And so yeah, it's believed that he also did that in his years at Hogwarts, which I think
Wow.
is
So he's like
interesting.
a smarty pants.
Yeah.
I
I
love
mean,
that.
I never thought he wasn't. He's very smart
Well, I knew he
as a
was like
wizard.
smart, obviously, but I didn't know he was like that
Yeah,
smart.
he's like academically smart,
Wow, he's just
which
like me for
is
real.
he joined the Death Eaters in his late teens, so either 18 or 19, I think.
Okay.
Um, and we all know that he continued to be loyal and search for Voldemort after Voldemort was defeated in 1981 by little
Yes.
baby Harry.
I love that baby
And
Harry defeated him.
I know he pulled out his little wand. He's like,
It's
no.
iconic. It's iconic.
What's the reverse spell? I don't know. Protego.
I don't know. I don't know any of the spells. Well, I know some of them, but
I just remember Harry in the Order of the Phoenix when Snape is about to be like, Legilimens. Harry's like, Protego.
oh
And it
yeah.
reverses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should talk about spells one time.
This is a good
That'll be
idea.
fun. Learn about all the spells.
Yes.
Um, he was possibly one of the most loyal Death Eaters, which I guess brings the idea that he could have been a Hufflepuff if he, I don't know, maybe he was a hat stall
Slay.
because he's
Maybe.
pretty sophisticated in
OMG
his.
headcanon?
Correct.
Headcanons? Headcanons?
Yeah,
I
I
love
didn't have
that.
any. Why are you shooting me again?
I don't know. I gotta stop opening
God,
this drawer.
you
I'm just
just
gonna.
pull out a gun on me.
It's a water gun, by the way. Not a
Yeah,
real gun.
she has a real gun.
No.
Um, yeah, I actually didn't have any head cannons for him, so
Well, there, now
there you
we have
go.
one. We have a
Hufflepuff,
singular headcanon.
hat stall, whatever. So yeah, his loyalty was very strong to the Dark Lord from a very early
OMG.
age.
Slay. He's a fangirl.
With Reggie, yeah. Go watch the Reggie episode.
Yes.
Um, and then obviously he was captured by, was it Aurors, I guess, um,
Yeah.
along with Bellatrix, Rodolphus, and Rabastin Lestrange after the torture of Alison Frank Longbottom, which really breaks my heart. Um,
Ouch.
because they were drove to insanity and they forgot everything. Literally
And they like
everything.
they can't do anything. Like they're just like shells of themselves, basically. And
Just, yeah. They
I
just sit
don't.
there.
Yeah. It's so sad.
And then he got a trial or something, and he insisted to his father of his innocence. He was like, "No, I'm innocent. I swear. Like, no, it wasn't
Hmm.
me." And his dad was obviously very disappointed being in the ministry and having a son who did a crime that terrible to someone.
Yeah.
Um, because this apparently was one of the most evil crimes ever recorded in the wizarding law that
Wow. And
happened.
you
Yeah.
guys really. No, we're gonna get into that later. I'm not gonna say anything yet.
I
I'm not
mean,
gonna say anything
obviously
yet.
not counting like murders, but like it's pretty bad.
Hmm. Well,
Pretty
yeah.
bad.
Well, yeah.
Uh
Sirius said they suffered a fate worse than death.
yeah,
So,
that's yeah, and for the longest time I never connected that and I thought that they were just dead. And then I like realized that they just like literally lost
I
everything.
don't. I don't know when I actually realized that. Actually,
Cuz
I don't know.
yeah, the movies say what you just quoted, but like they don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. I think I'm just dumb.
I don't know.
But anyways, speaking of Sirius, he said um the trial that was held for Barty was
Yeah.
nothing more than to show his hatred for his son, like Barty's dad.
Wow.
It's hard to say who's who because they have the same name.
Yeah.
Barty Sr.
Barty
wanted to
Senior
show
and
his
Barty
hatred,
Junior. Okay.
maybe for his like public, like how the public views him, like
Oh, absolutely.
dad, um, and to show like I hate my son for what he did.
Yeah.
Um, and then when he was sent to Azkaban, he apparently screamed for his mother for the first few days until he went into like a depression and just stopped completely.
Oh, wow. That's sad.
And then in 1982, his mother got sick and persuaded Barty Sr. to smuggle Barty Jr. out by swapping her with her son with Polyjuice
Oh,
potion. So she drank, or no, I don't know. I guess both of them drank it to become each other. She
yeah.
went into his Azkaban cell and he left with his dad. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, so she died there not shortly after. And
Sad.
Barty was nursed back by Winky, which was the family's house elf. And she's in the books and I love her. She's
Slay.
like very she was like kind of against the whole like Dobby wanting to free the elves and like Hermione wanting to free the elves. She
Hmm.
was like, no, like this is not no, but yeah, I can't
Yeah.
explain it. But yeah, and then Barty Sr. used the Imperious Curse on him to stop him from escaping or like, you know,
Yeah.
revealing that he was out of Azkaban and still alive because they would have believed that Barty Crouch Jr. had died in Azkaban because it was his mom, but
Yeah.
they obviously didn't know. And I guess polyjuice potion, when you're under the
Yeah, if
potion and
you
you
die,
die,
you stay that way.
you stay the person that you were
I knew that, actually.
impersonating. Yeah.
I'm so smart.
Um, and then I guess it said Barty always loved Quidditch. There you go.
Oh
There's
my,
another
OMG.
head canon that maybe he was in the Quidditch team for
No,
Slytherin.
Reggie was the only
No,
Quidditch player, actually,
yeah,
for
he carried
Slytherin.
the whole team.
Yep.
Um, and so for that reason, Winky, the house elf, persuaded his dad to take Barty with him to the Quidditch World Cup, which is how he like kind of gets away and he casts the what's it called, dark mark in the sky, with Harry's wand actually.
Oh my god, we're talking about Goblet of Fire I just clued into.
Yes, yeah. This is years
Yeah.
later, when Harry is 14 years
Wow.
old.
He snuck him in.
Yeah, and he was under an invisibility cloak,
OMG.
sitting behind Harry Potter, which is so funny because he would have like wanted to capture Harry and like just bring him to the Dark Lord, but he couldn't. So yeah,
Damn. That sucks.
sat right behind a celebrity.
Wow.
Um, and he managed to escape like when they were watching the game because Winky was afraid of heights. And she was meant to be like watching over him and making sure he didn't
Mm-hmm.
do anything. And so she was like covering her eyes the whole time because she was so scared. And so yeah, he gets away. He takes Harry's wand out of his pocket and casts
He's a
that
thief.
spell. Yeah. And then they found him that same night. Like they found his body just like laying there unconscious. And so
Bro, it's just
Barty Senior took him back and was like, you little rat.
little rat. You're rat.
You're a rat. Oh my god. Count how many times we've quoted that so far in this whole podcast.
Yeah, I need someone to
Compilation.
count it and put it in the comments.
For real. I have a few more here. And then, oh, okay, so he was brought back to his home, whatever. And then Voldemort and Peter Pettigrew went to their house because Voldemort knew he was like the most
Mm-hmm.
loyal person he could find, and he needed
Mm-hmm.
someone who could like get him to Harry.
Yeah.
And so he goes and he like very easily gets Barty Crouch Jr. out of the house, sneaks him out, and then puts Barty Crouch Sr. under the Imperious Curse so that he doesn't like say anything or
Okay.
he just acts normally like nothing happened. And then obviously he impersonates Mad-Eye Moody for an entire year, which is insane.
Yes, which I never clued into that when I was younger.
Oh,
Like
when
I
you were
knew
younger.
that he impersonated him at the end, but I thought for like the whole movie it was like the actual Mad Eye. I never
Yeah.
like clued in until like
And
I was older.
they also like kind of imply that it was him, though, like Mad-Eye Moody, because in the next movie, Harry like acted like he knew him and was like,
Yeah.
hey, Alistair Moody,
Hey,
like, how's it
bro.
going? We're besties, even though he talked to him like maybe once, actually.
Yeah, it's really it was confusing.
Maybe the books were slightly different. I cannot remember though, because
I don't know, but the
yeah.
movies, I know. I used to be very confused. And I was like, well, why is he down in the chest? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. It was very confusing.
Yeah. So, anyways, he literally impersonated this man for an entire year, method acting
Oh my
of
God.
the
Austin
person.
Butler?
Oh my
Because didn't
god.
he do method acting for Elvis?
Yeah. He's like stuck in the Mad Eye voice.
My God.
But yeah, that he's really committed. Like literally. Um, sorry, I'm like giddy today. I don't know why I keep laughing.
No kidding.
And then he entered Harry's name into the Goblet of Fire. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Yeah, it's Barty. Crouch Jr. who did that. Why do you look so shocked? Why are you shocked?
But no, I'm not. I'm not. I definitely knew that.
You did. Oh
I
my
didn't forget
god.
about that.
B. B.
What did I think it was?
Did you think it was Karkaroff?
I think so.
Because he is so ominously in the movie closes the doors and it makes it
Wait,
look like he
what
did
was he
it.
doing in there?
I think we watched it and we were saying like what was he doing? I looked it up and he was probably like trying to make it so Crumb would get chosen for his
Right.
school.
Okay, okay, now I think I knew that. I think I just forgot about that.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Barty Crouch Jr.
I swear that's my
Um
favorite movie. I swear I know everything about it.
it it was like his whole plan. Like they got Harry into it so that he would go to the graveyard and it was
Right.
Barty like
Yes.
planning that.
Makes
Um
sense.
so yeah. And then why did I write this? What was this referencing? I can't remember. I didn't write the full note, but apparently he borrowed the Marauders map from Harry at some point.
How did he get that?
Like I think he caught Harry like sneaking
Oh.
out, walking around, and then he was like, "Oh, can I borrow that?" Like, and obviously Harry being like, "Oh, this is such an like a cool teacher. Like, sure, you can borrow it."
Okay. Oh, like when. Hi, Annabeth.
Hi,
Hi.
kitty.
That's my kitty. I don't think we've heard her yet. Hi. Come here.
Oh, she's so
Hey.
cute.
I love her so much. I don't
My
know what
kitty's
she's doing
sleeping.
though. Oh, Tucker. He's a little tuckered out.
She tuckered out.
I'm so punny.
He's tucked in. Tuckered out, all
Oh,
tucked in.
he's tucked in
Um,
because he's tuckered out.
yeah. God, what, like, why did he? Okay, there was a reason why he took the Marauders map, but now I can't remember.
I don't know.
Why? It said in the wiki that he took it to do this, to find someone. Ah, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay,
I'm going out me
um,
brain.
but yeah, he took the Marauders map for whatever reason to
Okay.
figure something out to go on with his plan.
He just
And
took it.
yeah, I just thought I would add that because like the fact that he maybe didn't even know who made it is James and Remus and
Oh.
Peter and Sirius.
I was gonna say
Interesting.
you're forgetting someone.
Yeah, sorry, Sirius. Um,
Are we
so
though?
yeah. Mm, yes,
Okay.
I'm serious about
No,
that.
you're not. You're Remus.
Okay, well, I can't argue with that.
I
Oh, it's
know.
gonna bother me because okay, let me look at the wiki. Let me look it up. Okay, I looked at the wiki and now I remember he stole the Marauders map and he kept an eye on Barty Crouch Sr. coming to the school because he was like ready to go and spill the tea to Dumbledore about what had happened and how he freed his son against the law. And Barty was not having that. Junior was not having that, so he
I wouldn't be
killed his
having that
dad.
either.
Killed his dad. Straight up murdered his father. So that is your baby girl right there, guys.
A
Hope you're
murderer.
happy. He took daddy issues to the next level.
Literally.
Murdered his dad. Anyway, so yeah, that's most of the canon notes that I wrote. There's definitely more, but I just got bored and I didn't want to write
Okay.
anymore.
I love that.
But I
When
did want to
did
mention. Oh, actually, there's one more, and it's that he, after he got caught, like impersonating as Alistair Moody, he received the Dementor's kiss, and so he had no life
Okay, I was
left.
gonna say, like, he died, right?
He
Yeah.
didn't die, but
He
he
was
had
like,
like
yeah.
basically dead. Basically what Alice and Frank were. So, karma.
Oh, karma's a bitch.
And yeah, but it did say he most likely died in like later after the war or something.
Okay.
Who knows? But yeah, he had literally no life left to live after the Dementor's kiss. L, I guess. Take the L. But yeah, I kind of want to get into, and I know you were like ready to talk about this before. Um, the Neville thing in the classroom where he did the
Oh,
Cruciatus curse right in
yep.
front of his eyes, and knowing who Neville was, and
You guys really call this man your baby girl, and oh, he's just traumatized. And we're about to get into a little bit of why that's wrong. And
like, oh my
yeah.
god, it and
Also, if you're a Barty stan and you also like Neville, get out of here. You need to rethink all of that, babes. Like, oh my god. Let's
if
get into
you
it.
can acknowledge what he did was wrong and everything, like that's fine. But like if you're literally like you see videos of people talking about how they're bad and then you say, "Oh, well, no, they're just baby girl." Oh my god.
It's so annoying.
Shut
Isabella sent me
up.
a
I'm so
video
sorry.
earlier, and the comments were just filled with, but he's so baby girl. He's this, he's that. Like, he's traumatized. Like, and it's like, that doesn't make it okay. That absolutely doesn't make it okay.
I know that it's a joke and it's like supposed to be funny, like, oh haha, they're baby girl, whatever. I just at this point I'm like, okay,
It's not a joke anymore. People
it's not even
genuinely believe
funny.
that. Because I feel like at first it was like a little bit of a joke. Ha ha, it was funny.
Yeah.
But
I
now
even
people
was
take
saying
it.
it.
Oh, yeah. But now people genuinely believe that they're baby girl and like that these are comfort characters and stuff. And it's like, no, no. No, no,
They've
no.
done nothing wrong.
Oh, I kind of want to pull up
He
some of those comments.
he murdered his father. Hello? That's
He
not
robbed Neville of his parents.
and then
Like,
performed the spell in front of him and made him
mhm,
watch.
knowing what he did. And oh,
That's so fucked up. Oh my god. And also, I want to say that it doesn't show in the movie, but he ended up doing the curses on his students. Well, not those ones, but he did the Imperious curse on his students. He did
what
it
the
on
fuck?
Harry to teach them how to deny it, which kind of backfired for him because it taught Harry how to deny it from Voldemort. So
Thank
Voldemort couldn't
goodness.
imperio him.
So he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he got way too ahead of his own ego. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go back to the Neville thing.
Okay.
Excuse me? Like
Literally,
that's that's like psychotic to do that. And I don't know if that's really the right word, but like that is just
he knew
straight up.
exactly what he was doing. He knew. Like, not okay. Not okay.
And like the fact that he literally had to be yelled at by another student to stop because Neville was so visibly uncomfortable. And I know in the movie, Mad Eye slash Barty is like so focused on doing the spell, and he's just like he looks so like
It's
enthusiastic about
scary.
it.
It's so scary.
And then he gets shouted at, and he like gets out of his trance of like, oh shit, I have to be playing this teacher, not I'm not Barty Crouch right now.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it's literally
It's
so
really sad. And
concerning.
seeing the discomfort on Neville's face in that scene is so painful.
Yeah. And then,
Especially knowing his backstory and what happened to his parents. Like, because if
yeah.
you don't know that, it's like, oh, he's just uncomfortable because, like, he's doing this to this animal and, like, it's uncomfortable. But no, that's because that's the spell that took away his parents.
Yeah, and then he goes on to do Avada Kedavra and like Harry, it shows Harry's face and he's like,
Yeah.
that's my parents right there. He
Oh
fucked
my
up two
God. I
kids
didn't even
one
realize that.
day.
Holy
Two kids.
shit.
And the other
Two
kids
kids
too,
one day.
even.
Oh, yeah. Even if you don't have that trauma, that's still like those are the unforgivable curses. Like, you're not supposed to use those. You're not supposed to,
Yeah.
like, that would be traumatizing, especially to see them
He
being used.
he lied and told his students that Dumbledore approved of him teaching them that and doing
You
it on them.
liar.
So yeah, but I always get secondhand embarrassment in that scene when he's like doing the Imperious curse on it and he's like, "Oh, should I drown her?" And everyone's just like, "What the fuck?" And he's
Oh,
like,
I
"Oh shit."
do The only thing I do find funny, only funny, I know it's still wrong, but when he's like bouncing it around and like it
Yeah,
gets
no,
on Draco and stuff and he freaks out like a little girl. I love it.
you
It's
know,
so funny.
that was funny because yeah, he was using a curse on the thing, but like it wasn't as violent. It was just like to be silly. If
Yeah.
he just did that, then it would be like, oh, like he has
Yeah.
full
Like I
control.
feel like that's something the real Mad Eye would have done. It's just been like
Yeah,
silly about it.
yeah. But no, that's he took it too far. And then
Absolutely. Cuz he's
uh
literally crazy.
he literally is.
It's
But
not because he's baby girl or because he's got daddy issues. It's cuz he's
actually
crazy.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna write it down because I don't want to change the topic just yet,
Okay.
because it'll make us go off track. But
Oh god. Okay.
then the scene in Goblet of Fire after that happens, the part where Neville's looking out the window and it shows the picture
Oh,
and it's like a raindrop going down and it looks like Neville and it's just like a tear. Oh my god.
that part is
Hurts my heart.
so it's so painful. And that movie's so beautiful with those little details, I feel like.
Yeah.
Go watch Goblet of
But
Fire for clear skin.
yes. It's one of the
It's so
best
good.
movies. I can't believe people don't like that one.
It is the best movie.
I think we talked about most of the canon now. Again, I probably left out things, but whatever. We got most of the important stuff. Oh, I did write a quote that he has said
Oh,
to Harry
I have something I
that
want to mention also after.
okay, I'll say the quote
You
really
say it
quickly.
first.
I just thought it was really weird, especially saying it to a 14-year-old. Decent people are so easy to manipulate.
What
You're
the
telling
fuck?
me this is your man saying this shit?
This is your man? No.
And yes,
Another
we are
thing.
very biased, but okay, go on.
Absolutely, we're biased. But at the same time, he did these awful things. Like, he needs
Yeah,
to be held accountable.
like us
Um,
saying this is like literally not just biased. It's
and
literally
also, like,
we're like this is weird.
this is canon information.
Yeah.
This is not fanon. This is not something like from a fan fiction. This is in the actual written like story.
Yeah.
Like I know we hate JKR, but like she wrote this. This is his character. He is not a good person. Okay, also what I want to say. I know this is a little bit off topic, but I see a lot of people being like, "Oh, Barty, he got the Dementor's kiss so he could not pass on to the afterlife and be with Evan and all his
Shut
friends and Reggie,
up.
blah, 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 blah." He didn't
Well,
deserve that shit.
maybe he
I'm
shouldn't
sorry.
have done what he did.
Maybe he shouldn't have been a
Straight
criminal.
up.
Maybe he shouldn't have hurt, tortured, murdered innocent people. Like, maybe don't be a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like,
And
no.
might I add that Sirius would have gotten that as well. He wouldn't have been murdered. He would have been Dementors kissed, but they freed him. So, I mean,
Think
because
about
they
that.
thought he did those things.
Yep.
Yeah, that's oh my god. Shut up. I'm sorry. Just
Shut your mouth
and
right
I
now.
know that there's Barty stands watch or listening to this probably and they're probably like
Give
fuming.
us your
But you know
opinions. Give
what?
me 3 good reasons as to why we're wrong. 3 of
Just
them.
give me a reason. But yeah. Um
Pink?
also yeah, sorry. Just
Sorry,
had to
it's okay.
I I always like whenever I hear a line from a song, I have to sing it. Like I have
It's
to sing
okay.
it in the
I
moment.
forgive you.
But also if you ever want to like comment something and like interact with us and you're on Spotify, I know the Q&A
Oh,
thing
yes.
pops up. You can go on the Spotify like page for our show. In the description, it has the link, and you can go to the YouTube channel, and there you can comment as much as you want. And there's also like my TikTok is linked. We have an Instagram now, which I think I have to add to the link tree. But yeah, there's so many ways now that you can interact
There's,
with us.
we you can even email us. We have an email.
Yeah, we do. I think that
So,
I think I can link that as well.
'cause
But
yeah, like
yeah,
if you want
just
to like
wanted to
tell
add that.
us headcanons you want us to talk about or like questions you have, anything really.
Yeah. So
Slay.
anyway, yeah, Barty's a little screwed in the head. Just a little
Yeah.
bit. Tiny
He's got
bit.
a couple screws loose.
Yeah. Anyways, let's quickly go over friendships, I guess. So, and we've talked about them a little bit in the Regulus one.
He would not be friends with Pandora. He would not. He would call her slurs and bully her. I want to get
He'd be
that
so
out there right
mean.
now.
He'd be so mean to her.
I'm sorry, but he would not be
Yeah,
friends
because
with her.
he's in the rankings with all the Death Eater people. Like, why would he ever
Literally.
interact with her?
Literally. So, all of you guys saying that, and I know it's just headcanons, but it doesn't make sense in the slightest.
Yeah, and also this podcast, we're mainly talking about canon character, like the canon in their characters. Like the last ones we've
Yeah.
all talked about their canon.
We'll definitely
And
get into
because,
more fanon stuff later, but right now we're doing canon
yeah,
analysis.
because we're not like Barty and Evan stands either, fans, whatever, we don't
Yeah.
have headcanons for them. So
Nope.
sorry.
None. Sorry, you guys.
But yeah, he'd most likely be friends with. I mean, the Evan one is true, I think. It's
Depending
not
on how old
canon.
Lucius was. I think Lucius is like a bit older though.
I don't know, but like Evan, Snape, maybe
Yeah.
Regulus as well. I would believe that.
Yeah, in
But yeah,
canon I think Regulus.
let's be real here. I don't think Pandora was actually a Slytherin. I think that's just fanon, and I think that she's
Whoa,
probably Ravenclaw.
Pandora?
Yeah.
People people say she's a Slytherin?
Yeah, that's why she's in the Slytherin Skittles.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that's why. I thought it was because she's friends with Reggie. No, she's a Ravenclaw. What? You
Yeah.
guys, no, 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 no.
Yeah, no. But I think that's where the fanon idea comes from, where they would be friends
Okay.
with her. But
I need
I
like
don't see it.
some evidence as to why you guys would think she'd be a Slytherin.
I know.
Hello?
Like it's
Are we
Ravenclaw
talking
or Hufflepuff.
are we talking about the same character?
I
Are we
don't think
talking about
so.
the same Pandora Lovegood? I don't think so.
No, no, no.
No, 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 no.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, that's all the friendships. Again, not a Barty fan, so I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
I don't really look into it. I scroll past the things that I
I don't
see.
really care, to be honest, because I'm not a Barty fan.
I don't either. But ship wise, I've seen Rose Killer's the most popular, which is Evan and Barty. And again, I see that just because like they're in the
They're
same
both
group.
insane.
But also I think that Barty, even if he were fruity, I think he would be internalized like homophobic.
Absolutely.
Internally.
Absolutely.
That's what I meant.
Internalized homophobia.
Yeah. Yikes. And then I've also seen Regulus and Barty, which is Bartyless.
I'm gonna pass.
Uh,
I'm gonna
Pass.
pass on that one.
So yeah, that's all the Barty stuff for now, and then we'll get into the other thing after Evan, which is a lot shorter
What other
because he
thing?
is mentioned once.
Oh, the thing you wrote down?
What we think about them, I guess.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
More.
instead of doing headcanons, we're gonna go into like what we think, bit of the toxicity,
Yeah.
all that. So let's get on with it.
Alrighty. So Evan
Evan
Rosier.
Rosier.
Rosier. And you cannot say Rosier, but not say like it Evan. Evan Rosier.
Evan Rosier. No, you have to say Evan Rosier. You have to say
Evan
it fancy.
Rosier.
I saw someone said like Evan, so like chilly
Evan
and like a
Rosier.
yeah, basically like that. And it was like,
American
no, you gotta flow it.
Evan
He's French.
Rosier. Evan
Evan
Rosier is a
Rosier.
character. Yeah. Anyway, I really like
Oh
his
my
name. I'm
god.
gonna be honest.
He's
Evan
got a good
Rosier.
name. Honestly, even Barty, he's got like a cool name. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a good bad guy
Barty.
name. Bartemius? No. Bartimus Crouch
Bartimus.
Jr. Who names their kid
Um,
Bartimus?
someone
Horrible
who's
name.
named Bartimus. Pass on the
Well,
hate.
who named him that first? I want to know.
Bartimus Crouch. What's
Senior,
above
senior,
senior?
senior,
Senior
senior.
the first.
No,
Okay.
actually, I think if you go past junior and senior, I think it goes first, second, third, and like so on.
Okay.
Because,
But yeah,
yeah.
Evan Rosier.
Rosier.
He was born between 1953 and 1966. So it's a very long
So
amount
he
of
could be
years.
really old or really young compared to
He
like the middle, which is like the Marauders,
yeah,
basically.
he could be like not even gone to school with Barty, or he could have gone to school with Barty or come after him. Who knows? We have don't showed up after him.
Sorry.
So, okay, James
Oh
moment.
my god, I was watching Sorry, this is a James moment. I was watching TikTok last night, and all of a sudden, it's that scene from Twilight, New Moon, that's like, "I'm coming," and Edward's like,
Oh,
"Bella, I don't
I
want
don't
you to come."
I don't want
And
you to
not
come.
even like 5 minutes before that, my friend was scrolling on TikTok, and I could hear it through her microphone, and it was the same video. Okay, anyway,
Uh, okay. What was I gonna say? You distracted me. Oh, I was
we're
gonna
talking
say,
about Evan.
by the way, when we've said James moment multiple times, when we say that, it's because we went off track and James is very much ADHD. And
Yes. Oh my god,
yeah,
squirrel. Yeah.
yeah, it's basically the relevant the relevant way of saying squirrel. I don't know what the
It's
fucking
our
I
cute
can't
little
talk.
Marauders way of us saying, "Oh, we got off track and distracted.
Yeah, squirrel.
Let's keep going."
Okay. So the only quote I think that he's ever mentioned is in, I think it was
Gob
Karkaroff's trial,
Yeah, in Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. He
Damn,
was
y'all really took
mentioned.
him. He was mentioned once, and y'all said, "Let's run with this."
He was mentioned by Igor Karkaroff, and because he was trying to like prove that he was not gonna like follow Voldemort anymore and was like exposing
Yeah.
people. Um,
Barty Crouch
Junior.
Junior. Why do you say it like that?
Barty Crouch Junior. What?
Junior.
Okay, that sound on TikTok was actually like one of my favorites, just
It
because
was so
it's
funny.
yeah. We're off track again. Evan
James
Rosier.
moment.
So obviously, Karkaroff mentions Evan, and they look through the files, and Barty Crouch Sr. is like, Rosier is dead. He was caught shortly after you were too. He preferred to fight rather than come quietly and was killed in the struggle. Do you want to know who killed him?
Oh my god.
Mad Eye
Yes.
Moody. The
Yes.
man.
The
Also,
man,
just
the
have to
myth, the
mention,
legend.
we love Mad Eye Moody.
We do.
So
I
be
had
prepared.
canon him as a Hufflepuff.
Me too. I love that headcanon.
It's a good
But yeah, he was
headcanon.
killed by Mad Eye Moody himself. That's an honor, actually. I'd
Slay.
let him kill me. I would.
Yeah. If I was evil, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so all we know about him. Oh, also he's a pureblood because the Rosier family is
Rosier.
sacred. Rosier, Rosier,
There you
Rosier,
go. They're the
pureblood.
sacred 28.
Yeah.
They are the sacred. They're part of the sacred 28.
Yes. Yeah. Um, he is the son of one of the earliest followers of Voldemort. We only know
Ooh.
the last name Rosier. Um, we don't know his father's name, but it's assumed that they're related and that he's the son
Yeah.
of him.
Okay.
Um, he's also possibly related to the Blacks, Drella Black. Don't know
Okay.
exactly who that is, but she's a Black,
I don't know. That family
and
tree is wild.
he would have been like first cousins with Narcissa and Bellatrix and Andromeda. So there you go.
Slay.
If he is like confirmed to be related, but it's not confirmed completely.
Also,
But
I wish
yeah,
if we were going to give the baby girl treatment to anyone who was crazy and evil, we'd give it to Bellatrix. She
that's something that
slays.
I wrote down, and we're gonna get into that
Okay, perfect.
later.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get
Um,
into it.
yeah. Evan was a Slytherin, Death Eater, killed by Moody, as I mentioned before. According to Sirius, he was part of the group of aspiring Death Eaters, which included Snape, Mulciber, Avery, and Wilkes. So, that group of people that
Okay.
probably um, assaulted Mary McDonald. So, again, another character that we like that
Disgusting.
was,
Not
yeah,
Mary. Evan, I mean.
yeah. Ugh. And
Yucky.
then the other quote we have about him, which is after what Barty Crouch Sr. said, that he was dead and everything. Moody said, took a bit of me with him, though, after
Oh,
it was
right,
mentioned
his
that he was
eyeball.
killed. It was actually his nose, but
His nose. Never
because
mind.
in the movie, they didn't, like, in the book, he's described to have, like, a part of his nose missing,
Okay.
and that was from Evan. And I don't know what happened with his eye.
What
It
did
was
he
probably something else,
what did he do to
but
his nose? Bite it or something?
I don't know. He's like,
Ugh.
give it to me now. He's taking it for Voldemort,
Oh,
obviously.
right.
Yeah. So yeah. And then most likely, this is the last canon note I have of him. He most likely, which is very confirmed, had a passion for the dark arts and pureblood mania. That's your man for you.
My
Hope you
parents and
like
that
him.
pure blood mania.
Okay,
I really
serious.
say I don't like Sirius and then quote him how many times this episode?
Multiple times.
We're getting there. You're
But
getting me there. I'll
got her.
eventually. I'll eventually like him again.
Yeah. But yeah, that is all of his canon notes, I'm pretty sure, that I wrote down that were really like important enough to write down. So again, Evan stands. Nice.
What are you
Nice one.
doing? Christ.
What are you doing?
Like, you guys really find that attractive?
It sounded like Louis Capaldi.
I love Louis Capaldi. I
Like
did
the
not.
Christ.
Did we mention that he's our fan cast in the Peter episode?
I think we did.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah, we did.
If we didn't, okay, we did, but if we didn't, Louis
I don't know
Capaldi
if
is our Peter Pettigrew fan
I don't know if it
cast.
was the Peter episode, but I know that we did say it at some point. So if you've listened to our episodes, you would know already, maybe. Not you, but the
Please
people.
excuse the alarm in the background of
Yeah,
Isabella's audio.
my dad worked the night shift and it keeps going off. So we're just chilling while
I
she
love
goes
Louis
off.
Capaldi. I love him.
Me too.
I want to see him in concert.
Okay, let's go. Relationship and friendship wise, we already talked about it. And I think with Evan, I've only ever seen him with Barty. So I don't know. If you have things, let us know if you want. But yeah, I don't know literally anything about these characters
Even
besides
though we
that I
don't
don't like
like
them.
them, we will talk about them more if you guys want.
Yeah.
We will absolutely not be changing our opinions though and defending them and being like, oh, they're so baby girl, blah blah blah. Because
Never.
that's just like not what we believe.
And now I want to get into this question that I wrote down after I went through their notes because I was thinking of Snape and how like he's pretty similar, like, Death Eater, kind of an asshole, whatever. So I want to ask for people who like Barty and Evan but don't like Snape because I feel like that's pretty prominent in the fandom. How is Barty or Evan any different from Snape? How? In any way?
Preach.
If and even then, I think Snape is even arguably better than them.
You know what?
Not to boost Snape, but like
Yeah, I
he
agree.
is.
Because like as much as I do hate him, in the end a little bit, like near the end of the series, there was like a few things he did where I was like, okay, that's
He
laid.
did get a redemption. It was just a shitty one.
Yeah.
Shitty
Also,
writing.
another thing, going on to Isabella's question, for those of you who put Barty and Evan on these little pedestals and they're your baby girls, but hate Peter, Why do you hate Peter then? Because again, arguably, Peter is better than, like, he was not as bad as Barty and Evan. And Peter also had a moment of redemption right before he died, where he
Yeah.
was like, maybe this isn't like the right thing to do and stuff.
And the difference between Peter and Barty specifically is that Peter wasn't always like that. Barty
Yep.
was.
Yep.
So,
Peter was good. He had friends. He was nice. He was kind. He wasn't always evil and following the Death Eaters and betraying his friends. Whereas
which,
Barty was always like that.
yeah, from what we know canonically, like, we only know terrible things about him. And he became a Death Eater at like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
And he was one of the most loyal followers of Voldemort that we know of.
It
Like,
is
how,
giving pretty privilege, maybe. Oh,
yeah, maybe a
dare
little
I
bit.
say, dare I say what I've said in the Peter episode, because Peter is plus size and quote unquote unattractive, conventionally
Mhm.
unattractive or whatever. Like,
And there is no reason that you can't say that because, like, literally, like, we've already said it. What is
the
their
proof
difference?
is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. What? It
In
is! It
the
is!
pudding.
It is!
Yeah, I know. But yeah. So, first of all, what is the difference between them and Peter? Second of all, what is the difference between them and Snape?
My God, this
Nothing.
episode is turning us into Snape stands.
I don't
Ugh.
even want to defend Snape, but like this is what it comes to because they
It's
are
true though.
far worse
If
than
I
him.
had to pick between them, I am a Snape hater. I hate him. I am a James Potter stan through and through. Like, I call him Snivelus on the regular, but if I had to pick between them, I'm going Snivelus. I'm going Team Snivelus.
Team Sniffles. Yeah.
Team
But
Snape.
like seriously. And no pun intended.
You're
Peter,
so punny.
he was literally best friends with the Marauders. Like he was very
He's
loved by them.
on the Marauders map. Obviously, they loved him.
He is, and I'm not saying Slytherins are bad, but in this context, he wasn't friends with those people. He wasn't a Slytherin. He was a Gryffindor. He was friends with the Marauders, who were, yeah, they were bullies, but like they weren't literally
And it
like
was mostly
assaulting
James.
Muggleborns. Okay,
Yeah,
um,
they were like doing it to like the mean people like Snape, and like they were doing like little hexes and like jinxes and things. They weren't full on
yeah,
like torturing people.
and also with the Snape thing, I feel like people always bring up like Snape's treatment of the children to like, oh, he was bullied, but was Barty bullied? Probably not, and he still did way worse things to
Exactly.
Neville
People
than
were
Snape.
probably horrified of Barty.
Oh my god,
I
he
know I would have
literally
been.
did the Cruciatus curse in front of Neville Longbottom.
Oh, after that's what he used to torture and ruin Alice and Frank Longbottom. Like, it's not okay.
The worst, one of the most evil recorded crimes in the series.
Honestly, it probably is the
I
most.
think
Like,
it
what
is,
could be
yeah.
worse than that?
Like, again, and besides the murders, because obviously murder is objectively worse, but like, it is one of the worst things ever because it's
Because I feel
torturous.
like, yes, killing someone is awful and horrible, and yes, I don't agree with it at all. I think it's like the worst crime ever. But you have to think also, Alice and Frank, they just have to live being able to do nothing, remember nothing. Like, they're, again, what I said, they are empty shells of themselves, and they can never get that back.
Yeah.
Like, if I think I would rather be dead than in that state, personally, because I feel
And
like that's just no way to live.
I love Neville so much, and I love Frank and Alice so much that I just can't forgive what he
Yeah,
did and what
me
the others
too.
did as well. Which is why, like, yeah, Bellatrix is interesting, but I don't like her because of that. And,
Hmm.
she's a Death Eater. But I just don't, I can't, like, wrap my head around just letting it go and being like, oh, they were better
Yeah,
when they were younger. Because they were not. They
they weren't.
literally
No.
were not.
And
And the
also, it's,
difference is
sorry.
Peter was
Yeah.
nice
Also, another
one
thing that's
time.
more heartbreaking is Neville is still so kind and gentle and loving, even though he has all this deep rooted trauma with his parents. I would say if he has the same, if not more, trauma than Barty and Evan, and he is one of the sweetest, kindest characters in the series, if not the most.
I also want to add on to what Neville experienced. Not only does he not have his parents around, his grandmother, yeah, she was okay, but like she wasn't very nice to him all the time. I feel like she was very,
Hmm.
like, thought he was pathetic for a long
Yeah,
time. And also, he witnessed his uncle die.
I
That's
didn't know
why,
that.
I guess they don't say it in the movie. In the book, he can see the Thestrals as well because he witnessed his uncle
Oh,
die.
that's
I think it was his
awful.
uncle.
So yeah, you cannot
Yeah.
use their, oh, they got trauma, oh, they got daddy issues. You can't use that. You cannot use that. Same with Harry. Harry
Hmm.
is one of the most selfless, nicest, kindest people in the book, and he has gone through immense amount of pain and trauma and torment. And like that didn't turn him into this awful person.
The only time he almost didn't, but almost acted on his anger and stuff was when Bellatrix got Sirius killed and he was going to use the Cruciatus curse on her, but he didn't
Mhm.
because the good in him came
Exactly.
out and he was like,
He
this isn't me.
he didn't. That
This
is the
isn't you,
difference.
Harry.
That is the difference between them, though, is Harry didn't, and Barty and Evan, they would have, without
Oh, yeah.
hesitation.
No
They are
hesitation at
they
all.
are awful characters. They are horrible. They are not your baby girl.
They are
No.
meant to be disliked. They're not meant to be the baby girl. Barty.
Oh woo.
Do you want to read your comments?
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. So, oh crap, I closed the video. Whoops. So I went on TikTok and I found that video. I'm not going to mention any names or anything. I don't want to
Yeah,
call
no.
anybody out. But I'm just going to read some of the things that people were saying about
Wait,
them.
what was the video about again? I can't even remember.
Um, it was hold on, I got to turn the audio on. Okay. Oh, it's the one where it's like Regulus,
Right.
Barty, and Evan were actually Death Eaters and blood supremacists, and then the Marauders hit him. Isn't he just so dreamy?
Yeah. Okay, anyways, go with your
Um,
comments.
Regulus, we've talked about why he had a redemption. He wasn't. So I'm not going to bring that into this because I know there's going to be
We've
people arguing. But you guys like
we've talked
Regulus,
about it.
blah blah blah. Go listen to the Regulus episode. We talked about it. We cleared that up.
Yeah.
So some of the comments. For my mental health, I headcanon that their parents forced them to like become Death Eaters is what they meant. Um, Barty's dad was literally in the ministry and
He
cared very
never.
much about his job. And it says he had a very loving and supportive mother. I highly doubt that she would have forced him to become a Death Eater.
No.
You can maybe make that argument for Evan. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
because we don't
But
know.
for exactly. But for Barty, that absolutely does not check out or line up with anything in canon. Like, and I get it, it's fanon, whatever. But like it still has to be a little like it's you still have to tie in the canon. Because without the
Yeah.
canon, we wouldn't have this story.
It's like saying that Sirius and Regulus's parents weren't bad parents cuz like they literally were.
That would be like saying if Fleamont were to force James to become a Death Eater. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
Him and his little sleek, easy hair potion would never. Avon
Ava,
calling.
go
That's still my
watch the
wallpaper.
James episode.
Watch the James
Watch the
episode.
James one. Yeah.
Um, and then there's a lot of them that are like, okay, yes, but have you considered that they're all baby girl?
I've
Um,
tried, but I don't see it.
or
Sorry.
there's ones that are like, la la la, I can't hear you. Um,
Okay. I said this actually in our TikTok messages, and it's like the realest thing ever. The baby girl thing is reminding me of Small Bean.
oh, I hate that. I hate the
And
small bean.
yes, the small bean thing was a thing that I would have said in whatever year it was, but now I look at it and I'm like, ew, that's so cringy. That's what baby girl is gonna be one day. And yes, I've used that term and I think it's funny, but like
It's not
to the
funny anymore.
extent, like when we're genuinely talking about these characters and what they've done, like they are not baby girl. Be so for real.
Be so for real. There's a few more.
Also, if you
Um,
called them baby girl, they would literally murder you
they
or
would
like call
punch
you a
you.
slur.
They would hex you or curse you. They would not like that. Someone's like, they're defending them forever. They are my baby girls with like that little emoji where it's like laughing with the hand covering the face. Um,
Have
and
fun
then,
defending them.
but have you considered they are my Pookie Pies? What? No, no.
But have you considered that they're serial killers? No,
Uh,
you haven't,
clearly. Leave
clearly.
my bays alone. They did nothing wrong. Okay, one, who says bay in the year 2023? And two, no, they did do things wrong. Shut up. And then, hold on, where's my favorite one? Oh, okay, there's. Oh, where'd it go? It's okay, I screenshotted it. There's one there's one that I agree with very much. Um, and they say, and people like them because they can use them to make their male loving male fetishization dreams come true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
exactly
true.
what it is. Um, and now for my favorite comment that is so, uh, they are just such pooky wookie bear cutie patootie baby girls, you know? I think
I
I lost
refuse.
I lost brain cells reading that. What? Pookie
Like,
wookie bear cutie patootie baby girls.
obviously they're being sarcastic, like saying those names, but like that's still them defending it in that
It's
way, and
just
it's so
cringy.
like,
It's just
ugh.
cringe.
There's just better characters out there. I'm so sorry, but like, really, Barty,
Stan Neville Longbottom.
for real. Um,
If you want a good morally gray character who's like done bad things, Stan Regulus Black.
exactly. That's the thing, they do, but like they just need
Ugh.
that other one, and it's just like,
I
why?
don't like that I have to share baby girl Reggie with those people. Sorry, I had to say baby girl to just be
No,
funny. I don't like that I
just
share Regulus with those people. Mm-mm.
stop. And yeah, the fetishization of gay men is so true because as soon as they became popular, it was Rose Killer, it was Bardyless, it was Bardyless with Evan, it was Bardyless with fucking Remus. But as soon as you bring a woman into it, it's like,
I
no,
was
ew,
just gonna say,
that doesn't work. That doesn't make sense.
getting into
How?
the fetishization, you guys treat Barty and Evan as like your baby girls. What about Bellatrix? And obviously, I know there are some people who love Bellatrix and stan her and treat her like that, but it's literally barely brought up in the fandom, I think. Like, I never see anything about people defending Bellatrix. They're always like, oh, she's evil, she's horrible, she killed Sirius, blah, blah, blah. Um, I'm sorry. She's way cooler than Barty and Evan. Way cooler.
That is
Like,
literally
because she's straight up just like a psychotic, crazy,
batshit crazy.
batshit crazy. I love her. I love her.
Can I tell you my note that I wrote down
Yes.
earlier?
Write it.
I
Tell me.
I literally wrote Bellatrix is crazy dash Barty is cool. That is so like sexism in the fandom. Why is she the crazy one, the insane one, whatever? I mean, I know why she
I
is,
have a I
but
have a
so
Taylor
is
Swift lyric.
Barty.
I
Oh
have a
no.
Taylor Swift lyric. Um, it's I don't have the exact lyric, but in The Man, she's like, if I go around like flashing my dollars, I'm a bitch, not a baller. Because if a man goes around flashing his money all over, he's considered so successful, a baller, like, oh my god, you're so amazing and cool. But when a woman does it, she's a bitch. She's bragging. She's gotten that money from a man, obviously. Like she didn't work for that herself. And it's
Yeah.
disgusting. It's disgusting. Isabella is looking up something right now.
I'm looking at the Barbie monologue. I know you haven't seen it, but like there's
That's
something
okay.
in it,
You
I'm
can.
pretty sure.
Oh, there's a quote I keep seeing. I don't know if this is the one you're talking about, but men hate women and women hate women. It's the only thing we can agree on. I think
Yeah,
that's from the Barbie movie.
it is.
That one really gets me.
Yeah, okay, I can't find it, but yeah, just watch the Barbie movie, you know what?
Watch the
But
Barbie
yeah,
movie.
that's it's crazy to me. And also, it's more misogyny that whenever people talk about Bellatrix and like how she's bad, they're like, "Oh, but she's hot. She's sexy, so it's fine."
Is
And
it
yeah,
though?
there is still that pretty privilege with Barty, but like it's different. It's not their only defining
They're
quality.
not being like yes, they're being sexualized in a way, but Bellatrix is like only being sexualized, if that makes sense. Whereas like Barty and Evan, you guys like them for other qualities you make up and stuff.
I remember this one, it was, you know, like those Harry Potter orchestra things, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I went to see the Order of the Phoenix and it was the orchestra and they played the music. Yeah, it was really cool.
I want to go to one of
Um,
those so bad.
and it was like a whole crowd of people, like Harry Potter
Mhm.
fans, and people were cheering at characters, booing at characters, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, when Bellatrix came on, I remember there was this guy, and I still like think about it because it made me so uncomfortable. He literally was like, "That's my bitch," when she came on screen.
Men see women as objects. Bellatrix is seen as a sexual object to men and people in the fandom. She
Yeah.
is not she's not like Barty. Barty is a man, he's strong, he's cool, he's whatever. Bellatrix is a toy for you to play with. That's how she's seen. That's how all women are seen to some men.
And
And
yeah,
it disgusts me.
Bellatrix is hot. She is attractive, and I won't ever say that she's not, but she has more. Like, we're going to talk about the Black Sisters in a couple episodes from now.
Yeah.
Um, so be prepared for that. I'm really excited because, again, I've mentioned it. I like sibling angst, and there's more to Bellatrix than just being crazy and hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, comparing it to Barty, because they're literally the same. Like, they're both
She's
really.
just as loyal. She's probably just as smart.
Mhm.
Like to Voldemort, I mean loyal to Voldemort. Um and also she just slays more, I'm sorry.
She's
She serves.
cooler.
Yeah. No offense, David Tennant, but no. No.
Bro literally was drinking Polyjuice Potion for a whole year. His breath
Literally.
probably stank. I mean,
Ooh.
so did Bellatrix's, but
It's okay. She's a woman,
in
it's
a hot
different.
in a hot girl way, in a cool girl way.
Yeah. But no, like I think it's gross
It
how you
is.
guys will fetishize these men, call them your baby girl, but then when it comes to the women, you're like, no. Like, especially you girls. Especially girls who do it. Because there's a lot of women, obviously, in this fandom. It's mostly women, I think. And it truly disgusts me that you as a woman can just throw these women characters to the side. Not even Bellatrix, all of them. All these powerful, strong women. Throw them to the side for your psychotic baby girls.
Yep.
Because they're cooler and hotter and whatever. It's
I
gross.
don't I don't see the baby girl treatment with any female character or woman in the
Well, I
fandom.
treat them all as my baby girls, but that's
Yeah.
just me personally.
They're
But
my
in the
real
fandom,
baby
yeah,
girls.
there's like no content about them. and being baby girl and stuff.
Yeah. Because that's not going along with their fetishization of gay men, which I
Mm,
think is really weird. And I will admit,
yeah.
like, that was something that I, like, kind of felt when I was younger because I don't even know, but, like, I was very into, like, gay ships for some reason.
It's because society taught us that women are not good enough or
Yeah.
as good as men,
And then when I got older, I
and
realized
that
it
a
was
woman can
weird.
only have a man, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I used to do
And
that too. Definitely not
yeah,
as,
no,
like, I
it
still
was,
had I balanced it out very well. I love a lot of, like, women loving women ships and, like, or even, like, just, like, straight couples and stuff. But I did go through a phase where I was like, oh my God, only gay ships, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
Especially when I was in my Wolfstar phase. That was, like, I think that was the peak of it.
Yeah, and even now, like obviously Wolfstar is my favorite ship in this fandom, but like I'm not even super like that's not what my content really is all the time.
Yeah.
I make different content and I don't even focus on a lot of like ships. And if I do, it's angst because, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just don't see the appeal in Barty or Evan.
Nope.
Um,
Me neither.
and I think that if you watch this fully and you are a Barty fan and you continue to like them, like great, you know, you're
Good for
aware.
you. But please just be aware and, like, think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe get into some Bellatrix content. Like, support the women, you know? Take a step back.
Hmm.
Think about the atrocities they've committed. Yeah.
Yeah. And justice for fucking Frank and Alice,
And
my
Neville.
baby girls.
Your baby girls.
Yeah.
Oh
My
my God.
my baby girls, Neville, Frank, and Alice, the long bottoms.
I love the long bottoms. It's so
Me
sad.
too.
But yes. I don't know. Oh, I could keep going on about the misogyny. Like, it just disgusts me to my core.
That's why we're gonna do a separate episode of it.
Especially because it's from women. Like,
Hmm.
ugh. I can't
It's
wait for
like
that
when
episode.
it's like when everyone hated Taylor Swift. Like it was a trend to hate Taylor
What did
Swift.
Taylor Swift do to you guys?
Be a
Christ.
woman.
Literally. Well, I
Yeah,
love women. I support women's rights and wrongs because women can do no wrong. Obviously, that's a joke. I
exactly.
understand there are toxic women and things, but let's not give in to the men. Let's not
Yeah,
become
why
men. Like
why are we
like
as
with the
women
men
still worshiping
ideological.
men?
Why are we? Men ain't shit.
Like James Potter, Remus Lupin, Peter Pettigrew, Sirius Black, what are we doing?
Why do we like
When
them?
we have Lily fucking Evans, Mary fucking McDonald, Marlene fucking McKinnon, Dorcas Meadows, Alice Fortescue. I could go on, and I will.
Pandora Lovegood, my favorite
And
woman
Dora
in
I
this
love good.
fandom.
Yeah. Also, that's our next episode.
Stay
Next week.
tuned. We will be talking about Xenophilius and Luna as well.
Yes.
But stay tuned. I love Pandora. That one's going to be a bit more lighthearted. I feel like we've had a couple
Hmm.
heavy episodes because we did Peter and then
Yeah.
Lily.
Literally the last three, counting this one, have been just like us going into
The
problematic
girl.
things.
Did the. Oh, yeah, the girls we talked about misogyny. Regulus, I feel
Hmm.
like, was a little bit of a break.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true.
even
Forgot
then,
we did
still, we
him.
did. His story's really sad, though, so that was still a bit.
Yeah.
So don't worry, we're going to talk about the love goods. It's going to be very fun, very, like, yeah.
Very lovey, very good, very yeah.
I'm so excited to talk about Pandora. And Xenophilius. I love him. He's so kooky.
Sorry if you heard me swallow my water. Okay,
It's
you're
okay.
supposed to end this.
Yes, I am. Oh, also, oh crap, I was going to say something I forgot. Oh, if you want to stand someone who's, like, crazy, Xenophilius, he's a kooky, crazy little man. And he didn't
Silly little
commit
guy.
crimes. Stan
Yeah,
Xenophilius Lovegood.
so
Yes.
true.
Well, This has been Marauders at Midnight. Thank you for
Hope
listening.
hope you enjoyed. Hope maybe this taught you something. So
Comment, like,
yeah.
subscribe.
Again, if you want to leave us comments, our YouTube is probably the best bet
Yeah,
because we check it almost daily.
yeah.
And yeah,
The Instagram even too is like a better. YouTube and
yeah,
Instagram are probably the best too.
yeah. Anyway, we got through it. We didn't want to do
Ugh,
it, but we did it.
barely. Oh my god, I hated that.